What's happening, YouTube? Back in the Day Gamer here. Thanks for tuning into my channel, and today I'm coming at you with a response video for Nefarious Wes's top 3 retro video games I did not grow up with. As soon as I watched this video, I immediately knew right away the 3 games I was going to pick. It's a no-brainer. Let me give you a little bit of a backstory. So Nintendo came out when I was around like 1st grade. You know, if you grew up in that area, everything was Nintendo. Everybody had one. Guys, girls, grandmas, everybody. Nintendo was everything. I was a big fan, still am, still my favorite system. Then Super Nintendo came out, you know, a few years later, and some people jumped on the Super Nintendo bandwagon. Some people stayed with the Nintendo. I stayed with the Nintendo for quite a while. I did end up getting a Super Nintendo like early mid high school, but it was always Nintendo for me. So these 3 games that I did not grow up with are all Super Nintendo games, and they are some huge titles that everybody's gonna bust my balls for never playing until later on in life. But my number 3 retro video game that I did not grow up playing, Super Castlevania 4. So everyone's plenty familiar with Super Castlevania 4. Most people played it when they were growing up, not till later on in life. I myself didn't actually get this game until last year when Captain Retro picked it for one of our weekly retro challenges. I was never big into the Castlevania games, the reason being the first one and the one that I played the most of was Part 2, Simon's Quest. We all know that's not that great of a game. It's not as bad as everybody says, but yeah, Super Castlevania 4 is awesome. Controls are great, you know, you got your limp whip, you can shoot in 8 directions, controls are tight, spot on, the music is fantastic, and the graphics are even better. Love this game, super sorry I never played it until now. So my number 2 retro video game that I did not grow up playing is one I still actually don't have the cartridge for, but I have it on the Super Nintendo Mini, and that is Super Metroid. I know, back in the day gamer, never played Super Metroid until last year. Sorry, what can I say? I was always playing the original Metroid. Obviously, this game is about 100 times better than the first one. But, you know, the first one was still a good game, but this far surpasses it in every way. Once again, you've got good controls, you've got fantastic graphics. I think the soundtrack on this takes the cake. So, yeah, this game is kick-ass. I wish I knew what I was stuck on so I could finally finish it. It's been a few months since I played it, so I'm probably gonna have to start over. But that's okay, because it's fantastic. So I'm literally embarrassed to admit the top retro game that I never grew up with. I'm gonna catch so much shit for this. Back in the day gamer is gonna come down a couple of pegs in everyone else's eyes. But that game is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I know, how could back in the day gamer not have played Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past? I don't know. I picked it up about a year ago as well, when I really started beefing up my Super Nintendo collection. I realized I didn't have it, I had to remedy that, picked it up, and immediately, you know, wow, nothing needs to be said. Everyone knows this game. It's probably the greatest video game ever made. Most definitely the greatest Super Nintendo game ever made. But yeah, this game is fantastic. Everything about it is awesome. I've really only gotten about halfway through it. I'm not sure why I stopped playing it. More than likely because I bought another pile of games and had to move on because I buy too many games. But I should be stopping at this one and doing nothing but playing it to completion, because it is one of, if not the greatest game of all time. So there's my list. Those are 3 pretty rock solid games. I know you're saying, how did you not grow up playing any of thwell, like I said, I was all about the regular Nintendo. Didn't get a Super Nintendo for a while. It's my only excuse. I'm sorry, forgive me. Well, big thanks to Nefarious Wes for posting this original video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think about my games? What are 3 of your tops? Or even better, make your own response video. That's what's so awesome about these Top 3 Tuesdays. Actually, this whole month, September, I'm going to be putting out a Top 3 Tuesday video every Tuesday. Wes got the ball rolling. I had a couple built up. I've got a collab coming next week with Captain Algebra, Do You Nerd, and Brothers Forge Gaming. That's finally coming out. It's only been a few months in the making, but that'll be next week. And then I've got 2 more on the following Tuesdays after that. So stay tuned for those if you're interested. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Until next time, YouTube, keep it retro!